stream has got a real issue. I've noticed this a few times, that the stream will drop. Now, I am running everything through a third-party source called Restream. Those two are graphics. And I think periodically it will drop its stream for some reason, so Restream itself. The reason that I run it is because half of my stream goes to Twitch, another half goes to YouTube. Not for the fact that I've got any followers or anything on YouTube, but it allows me to save all my VODs indefinitely, unless I lose the account for some reason. But it means then that I don't need to worry so much. But what I might do is start using my own hardware to split my stream and send it to both sources without using Restream, because I have a funny feeling that that's why connection will drop periodically on it. Come on. Don't worry, I've not missed much. I'll still try to remove screws and everything. And you've all wondered why I decided to do this today rather than last night when we were about to do keys. Oh yeah, just put it in, go for it. Yeah, fuck off. I knew this wasn't going to be an easy task. I knew this was going to last me half the day, if not the full day and the evening. Need an extension bar. Those ones. Please don't knock that off. Use the bendy one. Ah. Just. Now we can use the grabber. You just take down, pull that out. Not all of them. Front soft, that's disconnected. Is there one, 2, 3, 4? That's a placer. 5, 6, 7. There's one underneath this bit. There potentially is in the back there. Oh, now how to get these off. I'll get it back inside a second. And that up. Move that out the way. Yeah. Over there. Give me a bit of slack hopefully for these. The snips. There we go. Now, when I actually do this again, I'm using Velcro ties. Why are those gloves sticking to me? That along a bit. That gives me a bit more cable room in there. That allows me to then put that one off. There we go. And then just get in behind the pan there. We can unclip this one. Use a screwdriver to assist. Wiggly, 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 wiggly. Come on. Wiggly, wiggly. Oh, you bugger. You just put it back on. You're coming off. Press it down. Go back on the retainer and then wiggly, wiggly. Come on. Like, part of me really likes the design of this case, as in H510. The other part of me doesn't, because when you've got bigger components, all that is things like this motherboard. There we go. Off. Then you cannot get into the bits you need into with ease. Build a computer, they said. It's fun, they said. What I didn't tell you was how much bloody hassle building a computer actually is. But actually I still enjoy it. If I wasn't doing this, I'd just be sitting playing WoW all day. Get the grabber down. Come on, come on. There we go. Grabber tool. Right, that should now slow out. There we go. And then we can shimmy that over the edge of the case. Over the edge of that. Hold the bottom. Rotate around 90 degrees. There is a cable. These cables. A little bit of that. Needs to go round. Then it's slack off of that. And it allows me to pull on that side. There you come. Don't be shy. Right, that's that bit out. And radiator's out. Oh. Talk about a tight fit. Right, we'll leave all the cables in it. Put that over there. Open this up. And what I need to check is where the mountain interlocator. It's fine. With me. So this has been set up for mini just now. Please. Too big. One. Now I need the socket. So there's a couple of standoffs that I need to just move the position of. That's because this is a full size ATX board rather than a mini ATX, which means that that one needs to go down the bottom. Now, lucky enough, this case is marked out at where the ATX, the mini ATX and the ITX parts are going, the standoffs. The standoffs is what holds the board off the case to stop the back of it from touching, causing metal to metal contact. So that one, I need two. Stand off. See. Hard drive screws, SSD, M3 by 8s, These factories. Standoffs. Black stand. The build kit. There we go. Black standoffs in here. Hopefully the height of them. Same height. Yep. ATX. Is that one? One, 2, 3, 4. I need one there. I need one there. I need one there. And one there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was lucky. It was the last 4. Must have used these on a different build and I don't remember. That doesn't mean we get to lose any. Get that one in a minute. Run by hand. Put that one up the back there. That one down in here. And then find that other one inside the case underneath the grate. There it is. One. That one up. Tighten. Over threaded at some point. Thumb plate. This is just a cheap case. I know it's a cheap case and it's not going to be holding this for very long. It's only so that we can get up and running, get it testing everything in it. So this is a case by called Cyberpunk. I'm not a huge fan of the case at all, but if it's going to allow me to keep this up and running again with this graphics card, then by jings we will use it until I come up with a solution. Remove it and Nelson. That'll go in there. The pump's going to have to get moved so that the tubes are on the bottom. And they're then going to come down that side underneath the bottom of the graphics card. That then will fit in the front. So that's got just that little bit extra wiggle room to get in. Wow. The things you do. Right, before I do anything else, I need a drink. I'm wondering if I really should actually just go with the smaller graphics card. I know it's not the ideal thing for me to do this very second in time, Can we? Oh. So it's all to do with the length of it. Now, it does clear to go in it, but it means that I need to get rid of the liquid cooling though, in order to be able to bring it in. Oh. The issue that we've got, like it says, is that the GPU is too long with the cooler. What to have? See. Yep. Graphic card. So that's what I've got. Length. $58 X. The Founders Edition is actually a good game. Can't do that. That's $8 difference. 43. If I sound so. Even nah, because I want to take into account those fans. So the fans plus the radiator is going to be take it. Measure out. Yes, I know I should have done this first. So, one done is that side, go around this side. Yes, put a cable on that for me to just walk the lead round. Need to take off so that one's just too big, but if we take it back to, so that's 2.5, 25mm for that. That's mil for the plate. That's 6 mil plus 330, 56 mil off the front. 6 mil from front, and if we go with 380, take 56 off. Oh, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. 200 would be the sort of ideal size. I'd give more clearance. 300-400 would still be a bit on the larger side. Yes, I know you can't see what I'm doing, but hey ho. I'm not slacking. MSI or a Founders Edition or Triple A. Mark. To take out certain companies because I not second want Azrock, Azus, the result. That one I can't use because that's radiator. That one I can use. Gigabytes. The idea is that we put I'm more tempted to keep the case because it's limited edition case and send back the GPU for a smaller one. Let me just confirm the dimensions that I need, because this could be sort of the crucial part to it all. This is the part that actually, let me just check the spec sheet for this on the website. H510. H510. There's a part in it that has spec sheet. Front end. Yeah. Spec sheet. Yeah. So, fan support. Clearance. So, clearance, maximum GPU clearance is 381 mil. Front fan and radiator clearance, 60mm. That's to put the fans on the outside of. And does that suggest then that you can put the radiator and the fans in that space? Would you get the hoses out? Right. Yeah, that's 50. No way. Hang on a minute. $60mm, 6cm. How can that be the clearance? So it reckons that 6mm. Yeah, that's not in the front. There's no way you can clear that because there's a light and everything in there. You can put a fan in there, 2.5mm, and then you could get the radiator on the back. But the problem with putting the radiator on the back of this is the height of the radiator needs to fit inside that, because it fits in that way and screws on, and it's got to go in. Does it need going that way? Hang on a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. And that thumb screw be taken out. Wait a minute. Can we invert that to the other way round? Wait a second. Hang on. If that can be inverted, that alleviated the problem I was having, which was I couldn't get the. Oh, where's the fucking screwdriver now? I couldn't get the clearance because of the bar. We just ripped half this out for no reason. I was going to have to take it out anyway because I had to do something else to it. So that was that way, and if we just flip that way, does that go in? Hang on. That goes into there. That goes into there. Maybe not. Hang on. How does that fit in normally? That goes in there. Goes on there. Okay. Why would that not? Oh, it's because of that. Right, okay. Never mind. Never mind. So. Yeah, that makes sense why that's 60, because that takes it up to that bar. So what you need then is about 320 in length. 320mm length of a GPU. Now it has stated that it will support a maximum of 361. That's because they're not taking into account the 60mm clearance for a radiator. So the depth of that radiator was 30 plus 25 plus 6. Who's good at calculating? So it needs to be calculator. I uninstalled the calculator on this. Did. So maximum is 381. take off the 1mm for the bar, the spacer. That takes it to 380. That's probably actually already taken into account, but we'll take off anyway. So that's 380. Take off the radiator, which was 30. That takes us to 350. Take off 25 is the 325, and then 5mm for clearance between the two of them takes us to 320. Really? So there is no way of fitting that with that. Okay. So that means that I need to come up with another idea. Or cooling. There is a custom look that you can put into the H510. There's one single custom look that you can make for it. Other option is, let's put it all into a bigger case. Bigger case is going to be the option, I think. If I just check something before I go any further. Nope, wrong way. Right. Oh. Oh man, how did I start this? So, ultimately, everything comes out of this case just now. So I can come up with a better solution. And I think the solution is going to be air cooled opposed to liquid cooled for the CPU. Because the graphics card still fits in, even though it says that the clearance for it is actually bigger than that. But I know that it will fit. Because we had it in. Yep. So either air cooled or air cooled. Hang on. I've got an air cooler. I have got that one. Oh, do we trust this? Will this provide sufficient enough cooling? I might need to get a bigger cooler. That would save me having to take it all out the case. We need to then put it back in the case though. And we just do that. Yeah, fuck it, let's go for it. Look, what's the worst that happens? CPU overheats. And then we need to come back to another option. Well, the PC crashes. Look, I mean, is that really the worst thing that can happen? It's already been happening. Turn that on. Let's see what the heck users are all saying. He's probably like, yeah, go on, fucking destroy it. It does mean that I don't have the fancy Horde logo on the inside anymore, but in terms of cooling, unless I put in a custom loop, then this is going to be my only real option. And there is only one loop that I can probably get away with putting in because it needs to have the pump and the reservoir in one, and then that mounts onto the back of the case, which might be an issue as well with this motherboard because of the sheer height of some of it. But long term, actually, a custom loop's what I wanted because the motherboard itself's got the capacity for putting cooling through it along the top of it. I wonder if I can just buy it as a kit pre-built. Pretty sure it comes from Corsair. Right, this means I get to reapply thermal paste to this later. So that's what was already on it. It was well distributed. Wasn't overheating, which was good. I'm going to set that out the way. There is a little bit of excess splunging off the side. I'm going to get the tack rag. Okay. Clean this up. Go big or go home. Yeah, I'm sticking with the bigger GPU. Look, I could just go for a smaller GPU and try and get it in. I could go for a bigger case and it would all fit, but then it's not that old case, and that's sort of my sticking point. Look, I've got the limited edition case I want to use. I will make it fit and I will make it work. I'm going to take the board out of there. Second. Pop that up there. Fuck this case off, because I really didn't like it anyway. That's why I never used it. It was a stripped down case. My previous build was for donor parts only. Right, what we're going to do though is we're going to clean off thermal compound currently on the top of this. I need some isopropic alcohol, also known as rubbing alcohol. So we have that, and I'm going to start off with my chip rag. This is an old rag. It's been used many a time over to clean up everything from paint to graphite grease to God only knows what else. That one cloth that never gets cleaned but is always good. There you go. Give that a shake up. Get the rubbing alcohol out. And give this a good clean surface. Just get along the edge there. And that side, on that side, on that side. Give it a good wipe over. And the reason for doing this and using rubbing alcohol is give it a nice clean smooth surface so that when we put the fresh thermal paste on, we'll take to it. Now what I need to find is the mounting bracket now for this. The question is where would I have put the mounting bracket? I'm going to make the assumption it's in the motherboard box. It is these boxes over here. Not that one, that's mini board. E450. This is the board for that case. So there is one arm. A fan. Where's the other part to that? I found one part. Do that part. Where did I put the other part? Ouch. That's wrapped around my leg. Get off. Yeah. I want to move that fan onto the front, along with that fan to give it more airflow in. Short answer to this is probably yes. I do want more air coming in, because this thing is going to get rather hot. I don't have an exhaust fan, but then again it doesn't need it if it's got enough pressure pushing it out. It will. What we need is to, we don't cross thread this when we put it on, and not drop parts. Fingers and thumbs. Because water will not remove thermal compound. It's a grease and you need something to break it down. So rubbing alcohol is the better solution. That and probably drinking rubbing alcohol is not going to be good for your insides. It is like 90 something percent proof, I think. %70 alcohol. Not drinkable. So that'll go in. Then what, to put that fan on this. Will we be able to put the fans on the inside? Probably not. If that's out then. Wipe that down around there. And you wipe that up around there. Need that. Go back into the box. Where's the all these parts into this because these belong out of this. These are all for this radiator. Put them in there. 1, 2, 3. There should be a fourth one. There's a fourth one. That there. Lock up there. That out for cleaning. That for that. That in a minute. There we go. One for that. That belongs with that because that's for bracket. Radiator stuff. That look can come there as well. NZXT fans. These are the cooling fans. Radiator on that side, I believe. Yep, so fans go back in the box in the centre. That one. This is the Kraken cooler, which is actually really good cooler. I really like it because graphical display on it as well. Looks nice. Clean that compound off. Dry cloth to begin with. Take all the grease off. And then I'll put this cloth in boiling water later. Up out there. There we go. Quick question, is this microphone actually working okay? Are you able to hear what I'm saying okay? Or is it a bit faint? A bit distorted? I didn't have time to check it. I just knew that it was picking up the audio and it didn't blast your ears off because I put a noise gate on it. I think I put a noise gate, a compressor, and something else. Into there, goes into there. Just goes around that side, and see, let's go round and round. Good. Into the box down here, just force that cable that side. I think it's actually the radiator end. I adjusted these hoses so that ones on them suited the actual build, if I remember right. That plate come off. Yep. That there. And then there's just a twist. That brings that that way, that brings it that way. And then these hoses need to be realigned. That's it. That's that. When there, twist that one to take the tongue out the pipe. Into there. And then put all the brackets stuff in here. Now there is a couple of cables still to fit into all of this. And that's the intel bracket. Most of that packed away. Alright, that's good. I mean, the microphone is a little lapel mic. It's literally that little. It just clips on. This was actually my first ever mic that I used for a lot of stuff. So it's made by a company called Boya. It's a really good quality microphone company. I just sometimes forget the position of it. I don't attach it onto stuff. But it's got a really long cable, so that's currently running off my other PC all the way around. And then I've got a battery pack in my pocket. A little thing, but that's it. But yeah, makes good quality mic. For the most part. Yeah. I'll move back over there. So I need the parts for standoff. Let's get that graphics card as well, because that's the old one. It go bye-byes for the time being. Cable ties there for the bin. Then we have ship rag. It can go back up the top there. Done with that. I don't want graphic greasy everywhere. Snips. I think I'm pretty much done with them. Board over there just now. Keep cloth and rubbing alcohol over there. Cooler. We've got one of the brackets. I need that. I'm going to move that exhaust fan onto the front. I'm going to fit this fan back into the case, which was the rear exhaust fan, but because of the motherboard it didn't fit. I'm going to put the two fans on the front. That'll give pool of air coming in, and it'll just naturally exhaust out, hopefully. Either that or I will fit an extra fan in the top at some point. Cables, so I no longer need that cable there, because that was for specifically the cooler. Up here, down there, around here, and that's that one. Whip out the back. That. Off this. So that's that cable. Belongs in that box. That one there was going into the side of it. That was the header cable, or the controller for the... Did I miss that? I don't need that either anymore. All of that there. The wire harness for this, I believe. The only good thing about these cases, and it's actually the thing I really liked about it, was the back channel on them. I'll show you in a minute. How it was a really, really good design overall. So that one should come out first. Oops. There's that one to come out. There we go. And that one to come out. That's that wild harness. That's all part of that set. That's all that. I do need another power lead though. We need to also decide where these fans are going to connect onto. That one's coming off the top. We put. Do we want to put two on the bottom? I don't think I do. I think I want to just put one onto that bracket, and then that leaves space for the GPU. So that one will sit above the GPU and it'll just push in from the top. So I don't really push onto the GPU though. I'll look at the fan at the end. I'm going to dry fit it all back in, because I do need the power lead for it as well, and I need to map out where it's going, be able to bring it out. I need that off. One off. Comes off. That comes off. And that leaves backing plate. That. I wonder if I put those nuts in there. Actually no, that there screws for holding the plate in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. But that's for that in. Need that. It's the RAM kit, that was for M.2, that's the book. Cables. Attic bag, there we go. That's the bit I'm looking for. A cable wrapped around my leg though. Right, the block itself, the colour, this is only going to be a short-term solution one until I pick up a bigger, more powerful cooler. I'm going to handle a lot more, because these were not designed to stay in the cooling of these. What? That way. They decide what way that went in. These don't make any difference, they just go either side like so. Then we fit the 4 screws. One in. Look, going back in history, I'm taking out an AIO in order to put in an air cooler. But a leap forward with the GPU and a leap back with the cooling for the CPU. You couldn't make it up. I probably will look at ordering like Be Quiet or something. I think they've got the stealth range. Because the other thing that I need to take into account with a cooler is the RAM next to it. That there is a USB-C header. Now that's going to have to run around the back somehow to then drop around. Will that have enough cable reach? Not going that way, it won't. I have to run straight down onto the face. Right, we'll do that once we get the board in. Fans. What do I want to do with fans? I think I just want to mount that one fan on the front of the rack and rails. In terms of screws, they should hopefully be in this box, because this was all this. That's what was left over from it. Should say hopefully. Oops, unscrew on it. That's just a protective cover. That is. Says standoff. Nope. Grub screws. Are they using? Yep. Now how does that then wait onto that? I think it's that one, yeah. So grub screw onto backing plate. Backing plate needs to go that way round, and that needs to go that way round. If we do it on that side, sides out the way. However, it needs to go at that point. That will then put it so that it's inside the cavity. The equal and opposites. And if we're doing this long term, and we're getting rid of the AIO cooler, and I'm going to get some nice RGB lights for the front. I'll get some Corsair ones. Screws, there we go. And they'll go in the front of it. I'll get some nice big fans. How's everybody getting on anyway? You've been thrilling and fun watching me destroy and decimate my case. Destroying it, I suppose. It's all upgrading. It's all part of the process. It's troubleshooting as well. But it's trying to work out how to make this all work and fit. Tired? Yeah, I get you, mate. Did you get much sleep last night? Have you managed to get hold of bullion as well for the supplies? For the bags? Were you pulling an all-nighter again? Did you stay up to farm for crests? Was you maxed out for the week? Rather than just waiting an extra week and then pushing next week on the higher stuff? Look, we've got plenty of time to push it, mate. Look, don't think that you're going to fall behind. Right, so that there drops into there. That there It's in there just nicely. I just need that cable out of my way. Now I don't need to worry about that part. That keeps that out of the way. That means that we've still got an intake fan. I could actually put one on the bottom of that. But for the time being, I want air up the top. I maxed a few days ago. My 2K and tokens, earpiece, the rest of the raid. You not finished the raid? Not on normal. Echo's quite easy. The last boss is a pain in the arse, especially with pugs, I'm not going to lie. The last boss is an absolute nightmare. Phase 3 is the killer. It is a wipe regardless. One person messes it up, everyone is fucked. I need to take those gloves off, they're totally multi bits now. And they're all sweaty. But yeah, Echo's an easy fight. You need to offset for idiots. If you see somebody else break the wall, you hit the main wall and you just have to sort of deal with the process of it. Last boss, move out with the bombs. Mitigate in phase 3 when you run out with them. And yeah, you go into the Shadow Realm at one point, run around, pick up all the little things. That's the intermission after phase 1, going into phase 2, pick up all the shit, port yourself back out, back to DPS and the boss. And keep the boss facing away from the raid. Take into the middle of the room in phase 2. There's a bunch of ads, you'll go counting across the floor, quickly pick all the ads up. Happens twice. Into phase 3, you need to stand in the shadow of the pillars. You'll see like lines passing over the floor. Well, if we don't get as far as that this week, we will be doing it next week as a guild, because by that point I'll have the skip. So in 2 weeks time, so we'll reset tomorrow, we'll do guild run, we'll probably get all 7 done. It will be very fast paced tomorrow. There won't be much explaining the tactics, it'll be done on the move. I'll do most of it. And we will then, if we don't get Echo done, then I will go in and do Echo on my own. That'll give me the skip. I know that Gibby will also have it by then as well. And then the following week we will do first boss, straight to Echo, last boss. And if we get that done on the Wednesday, we'll move into doing first wing on potentially heroic. We'll see sort of what item level the guild's at by that point. So depending where most people is will depend if we move into heroic that week or not. So that's 2 weeks away, which in theory most folks should. I reckon most of us are going to be in the hero gear by the end of next week. Just at our current progression rate, look, the way that we're going. But then again, I need to have this up and running for me to be doing any raiding by tomorrow night. What's this? I'm actually just going to do the explanation myself, because I'm going to do quick, consistent debrief points on it. So it'll be very short, sharp mechanics. Now that I know that most folk have kind of got it. You're at 5:15 to start heroic. 5:25 to 5:30 finish. But not everyone's quite at that point yet of the 5:15, I don't think. And also I think we stated that we wanted slightly higher going into it, and it was simply so that we could progress through it quicker. And it's also to do with fragments and stuff. We need to check. Well, I did lower eye levels. I think it's 421 I put it up. So it is just below the start of the hero drops. I don't remember. I need to go back and look, mate. I honestly don't remember. Right, that fan's in. Next is to get the motherboard in. I need a power cable. Now the power supply for this. Massive massive box as well. It should have metal cables in it. However, this box feels a little bit on the light side. Also, it's a bit of a weird angle. I can't seem to bloody get it out. Take it. Move those motherboards up. That up. Move that up. Drop the angle of it. That work? Come on, come on. Oh, dearie me. Let's take those CPUs out a second. That's a Ryzen 7. That's a Ryzen 7. That's a Ryzen 5. So I've got 2 7s and 2 5s, I think. That's a 53700X. 2 700X. That's what that one is. A 1 800X. And that's 9. There's a 1 900X, I think. D. Right, so inside this box is the box of cables. So the power supply I've got is platinum rated one, because I knew I was going to be upgrading at some point to a fucking bigger GPU, and I wanted something that was going to be power efficient, because nothing else in here is. Maybe save about £2 or £3 a year on running platinum. Doesn't sound much, but then it also has better efficiency for parts, making them last a little bit longer. That's a Molex. That's a Molex. Need that one. That is a Type 3. I believe that is the one I'm looking for. Type 3, yep. Pretty sure it was the Type 3s. So that will be the power supply. That over there. That there needs to look back through, because I need to work out what way I'm going to put this. Because I reckon I'm going to bring the power out the bottom. Down here or down here. For this. So the GPU power, like I said earlier, has got a bracket on it for 2 cables. It needs 2 independent cables, which is fine because I've got them. And that splits off into 4 outlets, which is 2 8-pins. Both of them run 2 8-pins, so that is 16 and 16 from each. Next job though is I need that fan cable around here, I believe. I'm just going to plug that into there for the time being. Drop this back down. New pair of gloves on in a second. I really need some dry powder for my hands. I think these gloves are actually a bit... Well, they started off as being really good quality gloves, and somewhere along the line they just seem to be getting thinner every time you put them on. A weird thing with them that sometimes they're actually really quite good, and then other times They're pretty thin and they break. I'm really disappointed in them because the reviews on them was that they were good thick gloves, but I'm not convinced that they are. Look, I've broke quite a few of these just by using them. Right, motherboard gets dropped back in here. Just change the view so it's if they use a static based one, grade them. Same with yeah. I'm not sure what it is it's causing them to kind of break down, but I don't even think it's a breaking down. I think it is just. I think they were rated to be better than they are. So they've got a. I don't know if you ever looked at gloves, but they have a sort of scaling of resistance on them, how much they can take in terms of like wear and tear. And these were meant to actually be really good. That's why I got them, because I knew that I was going to be using them for doing a lot of stuff involving computers, and that in turn involves a lot of fiddling and poking about. Right, so that there's in there. Now want the screws here. That Becky screwdriver, because there's a slightly better magnet on it. Just want to wheel that about. Now the question also comes with this is, what GPU slot do we want to use? So the top one and the middle one essentially have the same pathways on them. You want to remember looking at the spec sheets on this. Not just quite lined up right. Slightly off. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's a bit better. However, what we need to do, get that bottom screw in first. Important one on this. Top tip for you, whenever you put your screws in, back turn them first, because it lines up the threads. You feel it kind of click, and then go forward. Stops you cross threading. That one. Oh, I think there's a thunderstorm coming. I actually hope there is. I really like thunder and lightning. It might clear the air a bit as well. Right, so once I got all this in, once we get it up and running, find out if the CPU is going to hold under load with the cooler. Until I can get another cooler. Apparently there's another PCI slot in this that's hidden. PCI 1. Well, I wish they'd put some of the slightly bigger ones in instead of ones. Ones are good for like putting in expansion cards, like so. Putting in extra USBs, however this one doesn't really need them. Plenty of them. The kind of typical problem on sort of mini ATX boards is lack of USB slots, and the quickest and easiest solution is take an expansion card, which is a PCI 1 normally, PCIe 1 sorry, slot it in the back and it gives you some more expansion slots or more USB slots. Where's the, it's on that. There, that into there, bend it along. So we can nip these up. That's 1, 2, number 3, 4. That's a spacer. 5, 6. I'm missing one in there. 7. There it is. Oh, that's why I didn't want to use this. My god, it's so poor. Ting tong, ting tang, ting tong, ting tang tang tong. Oh, that reminds me of a really bad joke. A Matty joke, that one. Is that bit done? Plug the CPU power on. It's on there. That one there. Which way do you go? Right, let's connect these so that it looks neat and tidy and it actually looks like it's got more than just 4 pin up the top here. Cover that around. And that then comes on to CPU. Come on. Fiddly, fiddly, fiddly. There we go. No, it's off the camera, you can't see it, but the parts that was fitting, I'll bring it back into the camera shot. The bit that I was just doing there was these cables here. That's the CPU power. This is then the motherboard power. That's an easy one. Already lined up for me. It just goes on there. Come on, turn around. And then that goes in there. That's the USB 3.3. Just the right way. Should be. There we go. What's that for? That was over. It was down there. Down this side. Put that down there. Down there. What's that? That is chassis fan number 2, which is this fan. How did I put that all the way up there? Where is the other chassis? The chassis fan over there. Is there another chassis fan? What have we got up the top? CPU optional, CPU fan, AIO, and I can't read the last one. It's a chassis fan. It's for a pump. Chassis fan, there we go, there's one down the bottom. Chassis fan number 3. That must be 1. Fan. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, there at some point for these. So that means that I don't want that going up around the top. I want that to come out the bottom. It will come through the back of this bundle and then pass down the channel through the Velcro. That's Velcro tab number 1. Take that cable out of the way because that's for the graphics card. That goes to there. And that down to here. That's not needed anymore for the time being. Is that one. However, I'm going to keep that because that's going to have in there, so you have to pull it all out. That needs to pop out the bottom. So does that. Out there. That can come out there. That can come out over there. Right, so that gives us the. Let's half a second. Come on, don't be shy. Blank slot is up the top. Blank slot's up the top. This is the header for the audio that I'm plugging in. That is the front panel jack, which has got the blank slot in the corner. Pin just looks as if it's got a little bit of a kink opposite side. Hang on. I just nudged at some point recently. We'll try to get it in and out of cases. The front panel, not that corner one made it. So it's in. Then fan header. That needs to actually be passed out onto the other side. Pull it out and put it out that side. Then it goes on next to the audio. Oh, case fan. Yeah. That one in. So that's done, that's done. They're done. Still got the CPU cooler to put on. Zoop. Right. GPU. Do it next. Up there. Along in box. There's the now. These can all go back into that box. It's the instructions for it. That was actually what I was looking for earlier, because that gives me the dimensions. I could actually just keep that box in the case. Back in there. All the other part is. Need that stuff now, I don't need that. That's not needed, that's not needed, that's not needed. That static bag not needed. That's that one out the way. GPU time. Let's get that static bag out for it. Get off the foam. This is the peely time. Peely peely. Oh. Which one off? I'm going to do though. If I decide to return this, I'm going to make sure that everything goes back with it. I will try my damnedest to make sure that things go back where I got it. Put that in there. Get that wheelie off. Two. Number 3. But probably the most satisfying part to all this is just peeling it off because where's the tab for that one? Oh, this is a big one. Is that the peely tab? Nope. Where's the tab? Where's the tab? Oh man, it's hidden. There's one on the bottom. Wait, is this all one big? Wait, is it? What is that? That comes up there. That comes around. No, it's just this end bit. Oh, yay! Ta-da! I'll change the camera for the next ones. You can watch it for a front view. Put that in there. Change your camera. Go to camera, facing on, do that. Right, so that's the end one. The fans have been done. Where's the tab for this? Come on, where are you? Not there. Yeah. It's not there. Well, it doesn't actually go back to that point. We're just got to go for it. Peel up the front. Oh wow. It loops around all of this. And then it peels back. Wait, has this got a double peely on it? I think this has got 2 peelies on one. Oh man. That's only half of this. Come on. Oh, so satisfying. Oh. There we go. Right, so that's that bit. Pop that in the bottom. Up there actually. And then there is another peely section over the top of the red and the blue. That one. And there. That's all weird. Oh, there's another one. Jesus, how much did they put on? No way. Is it? No, it's not. That's done. That's done. That's done. They're done. That bit around the end is done. That's done. That's all done. Just the base. Nearly there, nearly there. That bit. Oh, there's no tab again. Come on. Oh. Go on. Don't break. Come on. Oh. That's it. A little bit of tension. Come on. Go on again. Get around that bend. Come on. Nearly there. There it goes again. Oh. A little bit of tension. Last section. There we go. Whoa. Wow. I know I said I might send it back with that stuff on it, but there is no way I'm going to get that to fit back on. I'll send this back. There we go. One RTX. Next job. Fitting it in. Right. So we drop it down again. Game. Not much of a game scene, but my game scene for the day. Right, so that, oh, there's another peely. I missed this peely. There's one on the front of it. All the peelies are off. I'm going to keep the little caps on though. Oh, on the fans. Right. That there. Then slot in there. And I'm just trying to line it around the board. It is a tight fit. That in. Now, power. There is no nice place for the power to go in this. Why, whenever they design this, don't they put the power outlet somewhere out the way? The power outlet for this, oh my god, that's heavy, is slap bang in the middle of the case. There is no other way to do this. And requires this special adapter, which is that there. So this was the thing I was telling you about. It splits off into 2x2, and that connects into 1, and that all connects into there. This has actually got an NVIDIA logo on it. I wonder if this is specifically designed by NVIDIA. That'd be interesting. So this might not even be as just specifically NVIDIA. I mean, what the fuck are you meant to do with that? Go that way with it? Go under? Or go over? Right, what way are we going? Oh, they disconnect for a bit. My apologies. I thought it was really all this time. Right, so we're talking about the special power cable. Do we go under? Or do we go up and around to the back? Look, in my opinion, neither of this is going to look good. Why they don't put that outlet somewhere else is totally fucking beyond me. But I can't even run it along the back and let could actually. I could maybe, but it's all these blocks. The fuck were they thinking? It's not even long enough. You stick it in the back of the case out the fucking way. It's me. It's like a half-hearted effort of, yeah, do you know what? We've come up with a new power cable design this year, and we're going to give you a short, like, cable. There's no solution to it. It's just you've got to use it, and that's where it's going. Oh, really? Can you have a cable and side panel on? Yeah, it will be able to push down over the cable, so that the front panel will push it. Again, it's a tight design, but there is just going to be enough clearance. I think it's going to have to go downwards, because going upwards is going to look hideous. So down the way it will be. It will be tight though. It will be tight. There's no option on it. Right, cable 1. I think we're going to come out down here. I mean, we could actually. It might be a better idea. There's a little slot there. That might actually reduce the amount of cable to be visible and still give the effect we're looking for. We're going to just put the case down. Wow, this is getting heavier and heavier. Let's take out that bundling. That needs to get back on. The front panel USB-Cs. This here is the GPU cable. Type 3, that's the first one. That I don't need. That's the Molex cable, although I might need it for a different cooler in at some point. That's why we kept it in there, even though it's not in use. It's to say the power cables, so if we ever do put hard drives or anything in there. Right, I want to feed this out that hole. That in place. Cable management is probably one of the hardest bits. I think you saw another using specific cable that was more flat. Yeah, there's probably a right angle one as well. I mean, there was a motherboard or a case I seen a couple of weeks ago that everything was on the back, all the fitting points for the cables. It totally hid everything, and it was like such a great idea as well. Like, why wouldn't you hide all this? Unless you want your cable shown, unless you've got, so Omega had blue comb cables on hers, which works really well. So yeah, I mean, if you've got like custom comb cables which have got nice designs to them, then yeah, great, show them off. But if you're a bit like me and you like minimalistic showing, and I just want the main parts on display, hiding the cables would be a winner. That one I've feeded through okay. Then I want to drop this one down in. I think the ones that have been melting is specifically the ones that are folks that actually try to overload it. They've tried to put too many cables into one. I did see reports on them, I did. But yeah, I think it was mostly people not using enough power in some cases. Not using the right amount of power. Come on, out you come, out you come, out you come. That's it. Give it a wiggle and a poke, wiggle and a poke. One. You like that, don't you? Here we go. Up out. Please don't tail that back any further. Right. Oh, no, it didn't. Right. Go for the drop down again. We have to do that on the bottom there. What about that cable? And that's the USB-C. Not USB-C. The front panel USB 3 header. I really should put on before I put the GPU in. I have to change the angle of my field of view. Please don't make me take the GPU back out to do this. That's it, there we go. Then you get the GPU. Right. Cable 1, cable 2. And doesn't really matter which one of these go, but what I do need is that there into that there, that on at the front, so that's got a little locking device. That's that one. I'll make that one. And then we use that one along with this one. Right, now before I go any further, I just want to make sure it is 2 cables and not 4 cables at once. Off. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I have a funny feeling it actually requires individual power. And the book doesn't even help. Because the book shows a totally different design. So, installation. Make sure your computer is completely unplugged from the power. That. Remove chassis rear expansion slots in order to fit the graphics card in. Insert the graphics card into the motherboard PCIe slot. To hear a hard click. Secure the graphics card with chassis screws. If your graphics card features auxiliary power connections, connect the PCIe power connections. Please use separate PCIe cables for each graphics card power connection use both ends. Use both ends, or a PCI splitter cable may cause damage. Oh, that doesn't really actually answer how they want that to be done, because that would suggest that they want 4 power cables into each of them. But one page in the booklet is English, and the diagram doesn't really help much. Got a 12 plus 4 PCIe power adapter cable. 12 plus 4. Plus 4 down the bottom of that. So that cable, that converter, got 4 pins at the bottom plus 12 at the top. That's interesting. Connect devices. It's in that one. That's about the standoff. Ah, here we go. So that goes into that, yep. All the way in, yep. Make sure that the power supply cables labelled are fully inserted into the sockets on the doesn't state if it needs to be separate cables or not. I would go with it should only need 2 cables and it's split off onto each of them. That is the standoff that I will need once we get out, which remember where it's at now. So the little standoff. Oh, it's magnetised. Why would you put a magnet in a computer? Oh man, just give me palpitations just at the thought of it. Why would you magnetise it? Oh, wow. Like, what would possess you to magnetise standoff onto a computer? That wasn't the right way to do that. No way. So the standoff is also a screwdriver. Pretty cool actually. It's the standoff's it's a sag bar. It's to stop the weight of all of this pushing down and causing more damage. It's been the sort of common theme with them is the sag and cause damage to the PCI PCI 16 they've fed into. How can I change that so that it goes around the other side? That one around that side. That comes there. And we've got those 2 there. What we do is stand it up. can then start pulling these cables back in. That one. That one to go in next. Push even down a little bit forward, then allow for that to come in front. This cable's out. Cable's out. A little bit more slack on that one. Inside. Right, so that there. That there. Right, let's check your concern about the glass panel going on. That was a good point. Yeah, it'll be alright. There's going to be a slight push on it, but it's not a huge concern. It's not pressing against it, sort of just resting on it. Right, so I think that needs to just be increased ever so slightly. Try that. That should hold that. Probably at some point we want to use a better cable management system to get rid of these cables and bundle them round the side. Right, I think that's all that stuff in. That just leaves us to put the cooler in. And thermal compound. Thermal paste is what traded up. Let me just have a look at one of those other blocks a second. They're more designed for the Ryzen 7 and it was the older ones. It sort of worked on. Yeah, that one's already got thermal paste on it. But that one was to be sold new. When they release the 5090 in the future, they will recommend that you have a server rack. You know, you're laughing about that actually as an idea. I actually would rather mount my PC into a server case, and I actually looked at one the other day there. You do get like ATX server rack cases, and I was tempted to get one because it makes working on them so much easier. Like, rather than having to pull all this out, all you do is pull the tray out, open the lid, and you can get into it all, and there's a bit more space in it, making it a more viable option. So yeah, we laugh about it, but it's actually not a bad idea. Especially if you want to be doing upgrades and playing about with stuff. It does mean though, if you want to show it off, then you're kind of fucked. Right, thermal compound. This is the Arctic 4, MX4 that I've got. Same stuff I used actually on Omega's case. All it needs is a pea size amount. It's got a little gauge on the side to show me 1 pea size amount. There we go. So on the side of it here, it's got 2 notches and then another 2, so it's still got another 2 uses in it. Now we could do a spreader and lay it all out. However, I generally find that just simply using the combined pressure from the case itself is enough to spread it out. What I'll do is just make sure that lines up. Looks like that side. Is this where we decide that we really should have done this before the GPU? What you send me? Reddit? What's the Reddit link? I can't open it. I'll look at it once I finish it. On my other PC just now. Oh, I really need to take that out to put this on. Probably for space it would be a better idea. Right, that's ready to go back in. Put that there. Push down on the release bar, push down that first. Out, turn it around. It means I get to turn them a bit better. Place that on the end. I remember the old glue spreaders you used to get at school. This is what it's like using this. These work. Just unhook. Right, that's that one. That was what I was trying to do. Wasn't the best of design to get on. And that's it secured. CPU. Read down into there. Not even going to attempt to read down into it because I've got the book right here. It is written on the side of the board, but my eyesight's not that great looking downwards. CPU optional CPU fan, second one. There we go. That one on. Then place down and around there. Out the way. Looks nice and neat and tidy then. Now this one, that needs to go into a USB header. The USB header is down the bottom. Option 1, run it all the way up and around. Option 2 is take it out the bottom here, which is the more logical route. That then means it can go in the back, out the front, and then in the bottom. And rotate this back around, and that then can clip back into there. You know, it's got enough clearance. There's no way you get a radiator in there though. The only radiator you get in this now is a single. They need to go on the top. There's nowhere to put a pump in this either. Cable. Where did I put that cable? Oh, it came out this bit here, didn't it? Which one are you? Nope. Yes, it is you. That comes in through here. And through here. Why are you going that side? Hey. See. It comes around that side and comes in that side. How the hell did I manage to get that round the other side of that bar? That then comes down and out the bottom here. And that then goes onto one of the USB headers down the bottom. Where's the empty slot? There it is. Bring that back up. Take the excess cabling inside and pass it up through there along with that one, and up through there along with that one, and that keeps that out of the way. That's already done. That gets bundled in the bottom, the cavity. So we've got to put the back on. There is space to get the back on. That goes in through the cable bar there. Needs to go in that way first. That one, then that one. That takes it down into the bottom there, out the way, that's out the way. That runs along the edge of that. And when the back goes on, that's into there. Right. I think it's all back in. I think. Right then. Let's see. So everything should hopefully be back in, or modifications are back in. There's a couple of things we need to do first before we power it up and cause it to blow up. That sidebar in. So it's there. Yeah. Need to put the screws in the back. This. The fan screws. Those two there I need for the GPU. It'll just to hold it in place. In and the retaining bar. In theory, you don't need to take that off. However, try and get a screwdriver around it. There's a pain in the backside. I've always found it easier doing it that way. And then we do that one to there. That belongs with that stuff. Put that there. That's the power box. Did that just now. I don't know if you can hear the siren in the background, but something is going off. Get back in there. That there, put that there. That's the box for the GPU. That can sit there a second. That's belonging to GPU, that's GPU, that's motherboard, that's GPU, okay. Thermal compound, cheap stuff, X-Acto knife, protective cover. Right, we're getting to the crucial point. Will it start? Will it work? Have I forgotten something? Have I fucked up completely? Answer is yes. But it's trial by error. Right, we need to get a keyboard. A nice clicky keyboard. I hate. Oh, that was for working on stuff, don't need that now. We've got a mouse. We have HDMI lead. Do I have a second HDMI? I think it's already in. Yes, it is. So HDMI lead. The capture card. Do I have this capture card set up? I don't think I do. I don't think this one's set to stream yet. Because this is the old capture card. Before we upgraded to the Elgato capture card. So that there is a USB. Goes into this. That is a USB. Goes into this. That gives it power over USB. What I then need is the that cable there, which is bundled up just now. That comes down and out on the other side. That plugs in to the output, and then that becomes the input Interesting question is, does an RTX 4090 have a HDMI output? Did they completely fuck them off? So HDMI, DP, 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 HDMI. He's got a lot of choices. Go for the top HDMI. Protective cap out. That in. We will orientate that around. You spin me right round like a record, baby. Round. That goes there. This. There. Oh, it doesn't need to be as high as that actually. See what's going on. The output screen. That then goes into the back of the case. The top one. I need a kettle plug for power. Don't know if I've got one in the cupboard here. No, there's a box of them somewhere. This is the moment of truth. It will be just shortly. Look, that's a kettle plug. I knew I had a kettle plug. Kettle plugs. Kettle plug goes into the power supply, that's isolated. It's in there. 13 amp. Use kettle plug goes into there. We'll move keyboard to this side. We'll jiggle that out the way, we'll put that under the others for the time being. And we will move the big chunky chair for me to sit my bum on round this side. Right, before we power it on, I need to make sure that capture card is enabled. Capture card being which one? Think about this. So we go to game scene and we go to add video capture device. I'll call it USB. Your card. Want to take video. Currently does fine. Right. Right. I will come back and fix that on once we get power. Once we actually have video feed. Is everyone watching? Is everyone ready to see it explode and get the fire extinguisher ready? So we get core meltdown in about 30 seconds. What I am going to do is I'm just going to angle it because I need to be able to see that output display. And I move myself slightly further downwind. Right. Yep. That should be enough for me to be able to see. Can you guys see? I think you can. Yeah, apart from the chibbing in the way. And we've managed to fucking capture our legs and everything onto the cable. That in. What time is it, someone? Must be close to tea time, is it not? 20 past 5 ish. Right. Put the baton switch on. Done. It's got power. Power going to it. That's got power. Switch that on. That part started up. That started up. And it's coming up with PGA code. I've got output here. It's powering up. These fucking gloves are doing me. Right, so that's all come up. That's all rendering. That's good, that's good. CPU temperature's holding at 42 degrees just now. What we're going to do though is quickly look at this. That is right. I might need to do is unplug that, give it power back, the feed, and then give it an output signal. No, it doesn't want to work. Oh. I'm pulling the wire out of my bloody pocket. Right, so that's holding at 33, 38 degrees. That's actually probably cooler than it would normally run. Now, what we needed to do, we need to run something on it that's going to stress it. I really need to invest in longer cables. That's not be there to there. Do I have that on a flash drive? Oh, but I can certainly put it on the flash drive. Do I have it? The mouse isn't responding. Why is the mouse not responding? Oh. Now, the CPU temperature is actually running cooler now than it ever had been. So that's progress. Interesting enough, the fans for the GPU haven't kicked in yet. Now, this isn't very warm up here yet. This on different monitor. That's my problem. We're used to having like fucking 3 monitors that's trying to determine where the mouse should be on a given monitor. Why is it not displaying my mouse? The mouse is working. I think that the short version of this is I'm actually just going to plug it straight into where it's going and wire it all back up. Because the short version is it's powering up, it is running. You can't see the screen, and there's a get around. See there, nice big logo. But it is posted, it is running. What it does need is the drivers to be updated and a couple of other bits and pieces. I'm going to leave the side off it. I'm going to shut it down and I'm going to have a pee break whilst shut down. Whilst I move it and you guys have a 5-minute break instead of listening to me talking constantly, which has now been for the last 4 hours almost. That's off. Idle. Down. Back down. No, so it's the firmware for it should actually be okay. I am going to do a check though. Once I get it all in situ, a second, is what we'll do is we'll put that camera over here a minute. So, yep, you'll be able to see me putting it in place. You get to see the messy bit of the room that normally is out of view. It's called my desk. Actually, my desk's normally quite tidy. It's actually the worst it's been. Put the chair over there. I'm not going to put the side panels or anything on just now. Leave that temporarily. Because it'll allow a bit more cooling inside the case until I decide what we're doing. Put that pocket up. That out and over. Place it on the edge. Shimmy a little bit. I then want to limbo. Move the mic arm round. Then need to work out what cables are going to what on this. So we have a HDMI to DP. So HDMI is that one. That's a D. Come on, come out. I'm out. Right, I fitted the graphics card just a little bit high. We're getting these protective covers out. So the advantage to that is that it won't ever fall out by accident. One. The second one. So again, just back a little touch. That's the HDMI cable for that. In there. That's then the display cable, which is in there. The second display cable, which is in there. And then have black cable for Ethernet at the top. And then have my second Ethernet cable, which is the auxiliary one, which is the yellow one. It's coming up down here. Is in the bottom. Oh, well, that's not on the banding. Oh, I never added the cable tidy. I think the plan was I was going to actually make a cable. This is an RJ45 cable, I just never got around to doing it. That's on there. Leave that there. USB 2. Okay. That one for that. One for top. That one blank. That goes in the bottom one and goes in the middle one. There. Just needs a little bit of a shimmying back, just that. It's off. And put the power in. That's all done. It's the mic arm. I'll do side cable later. That goes there. Oop. Get up, get up. Goes to there. And go this back round. This is the monitor that you are getting used on just now. You actually made that to look when you see. This is a good thing. Look, I can give you some referrals. Oops, I didn't put the button switch on. See, you got me all excited there. I need to put the power up button switch. It's that, and you can see the nice Horde logo on the front. And then this cable's out the way. Bring the chair back in. Now it's posting onto that monitor first. However, in a moment. You know, that's actually pretty cool having that camera over there. I might actually do this as a long-term thing. Right, so it's displaying on that one just now. AVM to switch back to this PC. I think what it needs is to move the multi options. Ratio and graphics card. No, let's just close that a second. I think now try to start the NZXT cam service, which is now no longer needing because I no longer run it. But what I want to see, so it's running at 61 degrees, 58. The CPU temperature is actually holding pretty well for the time being. Now, what I need to think about is display outputs sometimes share with the HDMI output. Means that it's thinking that that is slot 1. In actual fact, it's not. Comes out. Yep. So, I want to put that into there. That into there. And then, actually, let's try putting that down in the bottom. The HDMI as well. Up in there. Will that then solve the issue? So that one's up. That's not. I might need to have a little look at that. What are you looking at? Is this laptop 4060 or 4070? Tough. Whoa. Yeah, that's actually a tough question because between the tough and the ROG, now this is ROG parts I've got, there's not a lot in it in terms of performance. It's sort of like fine tuning stuff that it can do. But there's a bit more clock speed on them normally, not always. Right, so that's up. Don't need that. That software will get deleted. Oh. We need to work out why the other monitor's not up. I think I need that other port open. Just a second. I'm out. Out of there, that out of there. I'm going to have to drop the graphics card down just ever so slightly. I think I do. I think I've just put it up a little bit far. It's just needing to be dropped about a millimetre in order to get the cabling off. Not the cable, the protective caps. Back. And once we've done all this, I'll be able to get my headphones back on. Did it fit? Yeah, it did fit. I've just had to make a few adjustments. So we've taken out the AIO cooler and we've put in a fan block. It's got a nice big chunky cooler in it. Not big chunky, it's actually not very chunky at all. Right, I should just take a bit of pressure off that. There we go. Just try to get this cap off. There it is. Badger. That back up. Well done. This one in. The reason I've not put the case siding on yet is I want to be able to bench it. And I want to be able to see what kind of temperatures I'm getting with the side of it just now. Before I put the side back on. I'll leave that there because I might need that again. We'll need to go and deal with the bag in a minute. So, that's that. What do you think of the camera over there? Does that work? Maybe bring it in a bit closer. Yes, I know I need to fix the dangler light as well before somebody brings it up. I kind of feel like I've got too many cameras. I've got that one, I've got that one, I've got that one. I'm pretty sure I could put another one in. Maybe not. You know, I bloody put the screws back in, didn't put the cables in. Why didn't somebody tell me? You've not put the cables in. There's normally somebody that does. Primary monitor? Yep. Secondary monitor? Yep. And virtual monitor goes to streaming PC. Put that one cap in there, that stopped dust getting in porthole, and put that one there, right way around. Right. What way are you facing? Facing that. We've got that's a little boot in. Right. Oh dear. So let's see. Then add multiple millimeters. Yeah, I mean now that the radiator's been taken out. So let me bring you over. Come and sit with me. Yep. You just drop the height of this down. Yoink. So that there is what we now have, and that is the space on the end. So now that the radiator's out, we've got the space, and what we've fitted is an old-fashioned lock. It's not actually old-fashioned, it's not a name. However, the temperature of the CPU currently is sitting at 38 degrees. So if that actually holds under load and doesn't like go mental on me, that'll be good. What I want to do is user facing that way. Locking scene. Take off epoch, that brings back around here, and you're back up here. Hello. Well, we're back to this one, opposed to that one. That's the mobile phone. Can you see that actually? Just over here. There's epoch cam on a phone. We'll put that just out to the side a minute. That over there. Actually, we'll face it towards the server a minute. Get to that. So that's in, that's running. First thing I want to do is I want to stress this. The way we're going to do that is by going to a website called Passmark. Bring up Passmark, let's go see. They've got a part on their website. This is a really good one for you guys that are looking at building PCs and wanting to know what to use. Give me a minute, I'll bring up OBS on this PC. What I run the virtual OBS on. That goes to there. I'll then broadcast that over to the 4K capture card, which takes it to that PC. It's currently not on it. Filter, properties, auto. Yep. Yeah. Game scene 20, and headphones back on for a minute so that this works. I'm going to keep the little mic on. I'm not going to switch to the other one because I need to push the PC further back, stuff I'm not right now. However, it does mean I'll be able to hear you in a second. Right, PC Passmark. This is the website I was showing Gibby earlier on. Gibby, you still with us? Yes, you are. Also, Morgan, hello. So, a couple of new people. If you want to engage, you want to talk, you want to ask questions, hit the follow button. I will try and answer as best I can. I'm not an expert in PCs, but I do know enough that I've managed to troubleshoot enough stuff. Who have we got? Oh, there's Omega back. She's back on as well. Right, so, website, Passmark. In terms of what I use this for, this is how I work out whether or not the benching scores for things. I'm going to search for products, go to CPU, and I'm going to look for the 3090 50. That one there is the X. That is my CPU, and there it shows where it sits in terms of benching. So in terms of benching, it is currently ranked 110 out of all CPUs. Now here's where you start to see something. You start looking up, you've got the Ryzen, sorry not Ryzen, the i7 13th gen Ryzen 9 5000 series. Now this is where, this was an AM4 socket. Martin Rubber, you've missed it. You've missed me putting that graphics card in. I don't believe it. You'll need to go back and watch it from the start. Start the stream all over again. We ended up having to take out the AIO cooler completely because the graphics card is absolutely massive. Hang on, I'll show you because you've just caught up. Epoch cam. Just do this. There. We had to take the radiator out because I have got less than 2 fingers space in the front. So AIOs went, and we've went with the stock AMD cooler for the time being. Although interestingly enough, I'm running at 43 degrees, whereas with the AIO I was running a bit higher. So it fits in no more. Put that back here. We're just talking about bench and stuff just now. I was looking at how my CPU sort of benches against others. So this is PC Parts Picker, not PC Parts Picker, Passmark. This is the last in the AM4. Now if you look, it was 110, or it is 110. All the ones before that are things like Threadripper or the server grade stuff. So Xeon server grade, that's server grade. So the only things that are sort of sitting higher than it that was the same generation is diddly squat. We're going to desktop, new desktops. Yeah, so desktop PCs, in terms of where it sits in here, that's a 5, not the 5. 4, wasn't it? 4900. Do 2009 C. Where is it? Where is it? OF C950. What the heck did I? Totally lost my own train of thought. 950. Ah, it's because it's new desktops, so it's new. Strange actually. 8, 9. No, it's not showing up. Never mind. But yeah, that gives you an idea where it sits, what we should bench at. Graphics card, in terms of benching, again, high end. 4090 still currently sitting as the top GPU for benching. So hopefully that means it will stand up. Hard drive, we looked at this earlier. Mine's is the Western Digital Black SN50, that's the X. It goes further down the list. But it's potentially that one, the PS5 version. actually the one before that. That was the Gen 4. Gen 5. Yeah, Gen 4. PS5 one. So it's the one that sits just below the. Or FS N 850. TB. That's the one with the heat shield, 2TB. That's the 1TB. So that's the one I'm running. So it comes in at 85. Oh, pretty decent. And RAM, I'm not going to go into it because I would need to check the feeling on it. Right, what I am going to do whilst I'm in here is they have some really good tools that you can download. Section. Software. Paladin is a long test, which is really quite good. Performance test is the one I'm looking for. So I'm going to use this one. This is just to bench it. It's not to see how well it's going to sustain under load. Show you the personal details. And free trial, Windows, yep. Download. Take a minute. Load. It's the temperature. I keep glancing through a little gap. I want to see what the CPU temp sits at. I'm going to use something else to put it under load to see how the CPU holds out with that cooler. Because that's my only concern, is that cooler's not going to be quite big enough. Just as this. That. Launch test. It's just trying to find its configuration. What I am going to do, add in window capture. Performance test is the window capture. And as if by magic, up. Right, so there. What we'll do is we'll bring this up on here. Shrink it down. That they are should roughly be about them. Right, so we'll now do this. This lets you see how it's all sort of shaping up. So CPU temp 69 degrees, hard drive temp, GPU temp. Here comes the fun part. running a bench test. It is going to be a full test. I'm going to leave it running. It does take a couple of minutes. Whilst it's running, I am going to go and grab something to drink. You just can keep watching, let me know how it goes, and I'll see the scores whenever I get back. Actually, I would better just doing that. There you go. You can't see everything, but you can see the majority. There we go. It will put the CPU and everything under load. It might flicker out a couple of times. Oh, look, that's looking okay. It's running through different text. Right, I'll be back in a minute. And hopefully you're still here whenever I get back. Cool, I'm back. How are we getting on? Not crashed yet. It's got 315 FPS on this. Dropped down to about 306. I was on the Direct 9 test. The DirectX 10 was it? So 200 odds on this. CPU is sitting about 67. Do 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 do. Should be direct 11. Oh, what are we getting? 300. 320. The FPS is up at the upper left corner, if you're trying to see it. Direct 12. Odd FPS. Now, this isn't really. I'm not seeing the full advantage of this because the monitor I've got is only got 144, but it's detecting what it's able to run at is the important part. Well, that's psychedelic as fuck. But it's buzzing through this. I remember whenever I'd done this on other machines, like this would take ages and it would be sort of slowly spiraling down on itself. This thing's just buzzing through it. Yeah. Flash media. Wow, if you actually fixate on that, that just gives you so head. Jesus, look how fast that's going. 3,600 FPS. 3,690. $500 on the colour ball drop. 480, 450. Just sort of become depreciating. It's depreciating by about 10 on its initial burst. RAM, it's up next. The very last thing I'm going to do after all this is done is I'm going to do a complete clean install of Windows and do all the updates. So everything will be a fresh clean slate. Then there is nothing, no reason that it's been causing any more crashing. At which point I'll probably drop to a single PC build again and have one streaming PC and gaming PC combined, because at this point this graphics card should more than easily handle it. I probably will keep the other PC as a backup one in the cupboard, ready to use at any given time. But the short solution is I'll go to a single core or a single PC gaming stream. Like, there's nothing that I'm going to do that's going to throw this way off. Maybe Grand Theft Auto. It's always been ridiculously overpowered. And now it's just checking the disc, which is the drive bays, which is that Western Digital Black. We'll see how that one runs through. And then we'll see an overall score of where we sit in terms of world. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to check also against the website bench scores, what other people got. Now bear in mind, I've not done any overclocking, I've not done any tuning to it. This is all pretty much out the box, into the machine. Made adjustments for the cooler in order to make sure that we had cooling, because the AIO had to come out, which was the cracking, because it doesn't fit the case with the GPU. Actually, something you might like, the support bar for I'll just change the view. You weren't here for this bit. So this here is the anti-sag bar that you get provided with it. Got a little rubber bit on the end. However, what it also has is magnetised. I didn't really like that. Is in the other side of it, if you undo it, is it's got a screwdriver. A little Phillips head screwdriver for doing PC building. So you have a little screwdriver always inside the case. Lock that back to and then slide that under. It stops the weight of GPU going down long term, stopping any sag and stop it from damaging the board. Yep. Final test nearly finished. DK, what have you decided to go for? New laptop? Tough or ROG? 70 or 80? There we go. Scores. Scores on the doors. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm now going to pull up the website over top of this. Off to the side a minute. This mark. Right, so what we'll see in a second then is let me move it over. So CPU, GPU, hard drive, RAM. Well, the only thing I probably need to do at some point is look at increasing my RAM a little bit more in to bring that up. But everything else sits pretty much in the percentage. You online comparison chart, that's on. Okay, that was. Yep. Link. Do there, push that over to that page here. So first up is the suspension CPU. It was the 3950X. That one. So on average, the CPU is performing higher than others. Bear in mind, I have not overclocked yet. There's nothing running overclock any of this as yet. Actually, so because I've not overclocked, I am slightly down. I've made the assumption most of these have been overclocked. Same with GPU, I'm slightly down, and RAM, I don't know if I've got XMP turned on, slightly down. So if I was to just make some tweaks to it, I could push a little bit more out. The question being is, do we really want to go any further with this? Or do we just keep it the way it is? I think I'm going to keep it because I really don't want to stress it, and I'm conscious whenever I start gaming how that CPU is going to hold under load. What I want to do is just Do that. That pop up. That stuff. I want to save this. Where can I add to favourites? Save it bar. Yep, done. Yeah, absolutely massive. Look. Did you see how well it just fits into the case and no more? It is horrendous. Bring it round again. So I was showing Riblis a minute ago. In terms of space, there is less than 2 fingers width at the back, and it was so much space that it taken up that I had to get rid of the radiator and go for a standard block cooler. That's just the stock ones that you get from AMD themselves. But it seems to have, it's sitting at 45 degrees right now, but it's still running pretty cool in terms of temp. Good. And we've just benched it, and it's, yeah, it's performed perfectly well. Not as high as others on the same sort of look, performing and stuff, but it does what it needs. I'm wondering if I can put that onto I might put that on a hold of that. Let me just bring up the floorboard for you. So there's where it sits in terms of benching. This was using Passmark. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use burn-in later during the night, probably. Once I put the side case and everything back on, just to really stress it during the night and see how it lasts, to see if we get any crashes. And I was showing DK this earlier, the amount of crashes that I've had recently. This is all the times in the last week. So anything that you can see an eye under, it means that my PC's been turned on because I've not done updates for stuff. So these are the days it's been turned off. And all these red bits are where there's been a critical error. So there's there. You getting the idea? So in the past, what month? Yeah, in the last month we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 events where there's been critical errors. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So 25 times the PC's been running, there's been 16 critical errors. So 25 divided by 60 percentage. 25 1.5 16 divided by 0.6, so that means that over half of the times that the PC ran in the last month there has been a critical error. It doesn't always tell you what has caused it, slightly annoying, but gives a bit of an indicator. But yeah, there we go. we're there, we're done. It's over with. What I do need to do is, or what I'd like to do is run the burn in during the night. I'm going to get onto WoW in a second. Get my mobile phone back. I don't need Epoch Cam anymore. Get out of charge. Happening in the world. Back to that in a minute. Anyway, I have got it all back up. DK, have you decided, are you going for something else? Are you going to get yourself a new laptop now? Gibby, what's your thoughts on your case? What are you thinking? Oh, a veggie patch. Have a look. Yeah, it's looking pretty good, mate. Little cold frame. I used to have one of them. Off in there. And see the post went out as well today to remind people what the week's schedule is. Right, so that's done, that's done. Out the way. What's that? Something pop up. Ah, yep. Do. Right, that takes care of the PC. That takes that as well. What to do next? Into WoW and see if it's going to hold. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch mics because I'm currently using the lapel mic attached to my clothing. Slide that back, get the boom arm back out, that up and around to there, light, and one of the things that I have to do is tell the capture card, not the capture card, tell the graphics card that it is an audio source, which is a stream output, which I need to do in sound settings, I think it was. Exit. Right, this is on the third monitor. Is that the it's on the virtual monitor. idea is that why have you got, there it is. That was it. Comes in. This is all to do with it was trying to say that to stream. Come back to it. What it does mean is that there's going to be no audio game. You just shoot. Back in here. Copy that. Update. Oh. Fuel, play me fuel. Code of what? Update that out. I think I know what the issue is. I think I need to tell it that that monitor is an audio source in order for it to broadcast sound the stream. I think I've done it before. Unless it was in this part. I hate the fact they've changed the way this all looks. Like, I like the way that it used to be. Oh, no. How do you get out device? I change that there. Video audio output. That then, no, hang on. I think about this. So the stream audio goes to the stream mix, which is wavelength stream. Wavelength system, wavelength voice, wave sound effects, auxiliary audio, browser. None of these is on. Audio. I split this off. There was something I had to specifically do. in order to tell it to move its audio. Not any of this. Not. Discord. That. Not that. That's not far off it. Maybe it is, and I've just not got the bypass on it. I'll need to look at it. Anyway, let's get in and do a couple of keys. Let's see if we can push this. We crank up some of the settings, although probably what we should do is a graphics update before we even start gaming. So we want to go for NVIDIA. And it's the... Oh, what's the name of that software that they run? Experience, is it? What your drivers? That was the one. I wasn't far off. They did used to have an auto detect system for this. Released January this year. Up to date. Grab this. Let's open that up. Log in, use Google. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back. Get that. Email, authenticate it by email. Get to drivers, download. For update first. Yep. Download. And the next thing will be to run an update on hardware. So I done software update last night, which is using it's a thing called Winget. So it's a really good way of updating all your stuff at once. They're like going through and checking every individual website. It actually tells you what's out of date and what's not. It's life a lot easier. Tripod that back over there. Flip. Fuck me, I'll just pull the light out the socket. Not the light, but the holder. Right. We're updating. Express installation. I'll find out just in a second, pal. I'm just updating the driver for it first. I am going to do a clean install of Windows as well. That'll come in a couple of minutes. But once I've kind of sorted out a couple of the niggly problems that I've got suspicions on, I'm going to go off stream, do a clean install and sort of have everything relay through. I hadn't tidied this place up because I've got bits lying everywhere right now. Also, I need dinner. But flip side being, I should have a new shiny graphics card for raiding tomorrow. I just can't believe that I've had to take out the radiator, the IO fucking cooler. Have a look actually for what's bigger? For a cooler. Be quiet, cooler master. We'll see. Nocture and XD. Do. An AM4. It cannot be an AIO. If it is, it can only be 120mm. .240 is too big. Did we get away with up mountain? And because those headers. Rear mountain wouldn't work. Oh, actually. I could fit one on the front. Didn't I think of that? Right then. Do they have a Kraken? That can allow me to change. I can't. The only way to do a custom loop is there's only because of the case you can only have one sort of pump. And for me to run it, I would run into sort of the same problem. I think though, I can get away with Let me have a look at Corsair webs. Yeah. Liquid cooler. They used to have a section that allowed you to do a custom loop. This part. It was definitely something they used to have that allows you to do a build for one. I remember looking at it because of the way the case was designed. The only way to mount a pump was on the radiator, I think it was. That. All the they used to have a section in here. So there's the pump reservoir combo. So the Hydro X series, which was a reservoir, doesn't fit because there's nowhere to mount it in there. Which means that the only option was a pump reservoir combo. And they used to have, here it is, it's a part on their website to design your loop. Hang on, I'll bring this up. Yep. Bear with me. Who's that now? Yeah, I'm always looking for the solutions. That. I wonder if this is because I've done the graphics card. I need to launch the game before I can do it. Why is that not? Hang on, let's close that. Let's reopen it. Right. So this here was Corsair's custom look design. And this was sort of H5N HOR. So it allows you to use their case. And the next question is, the Corsair custom look does not retain this case you selected with OK. So what we want to do is so motherboard is the Asus no, is it Asus Fusion formula FO blah. Let's go. That's the older one. Generation behind it's these ones. It was the ROG, because that's extended board. That board and that CPU. Graphics card, that one. Hydro series configuration not available. Your PC case. Like PC case does not provide enough clearance or yada 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 yada. Right, so what I want to do is, so they're suggesting to upgrade the case. Why would I want to do that? Let me just start out. Normal H510 on I, then a space at 10, remove the I plus and so forth. That's it. Go for matte white, matte black. Does not take this case. You're selected will be generic. Okay. Quickly. That one. That one. That one. I'll get one of them. GPU water block cannot be installed. Yes, this is using the Hydro design. So what I'm kind of getting at here is that your only real option would be to either upgrade case, which I don't want to do, and then you can get all the customization kit for it, or the only other way that it could have been done was using a single block and pump in one. The alternate is to look at this. Wait to find these two here. Which channel? These both run at the same. I wonder if that's just the newer version of that. Because that's essentially the exact same as what I've had in it, except it's just a single. What that looked like in there. So yeah, they've done that as a rear mounting. It was my original thought, however, the only thing with that is I wouldn't be able to see the temp gauge on the back of the motherboard, so I would want it on the front. To put it on the top, I think it would collide with the shielding. It goes on the front. That means if I use a radiator and pump combo. Let's feed it through. I think that the design that is in PC components, custom loop, that's tubing, cooling, pumps and reservoir. I think that you can get away with using that one. Because that goes straight onto the CPU itself. And it's a pump reservoir combo, so it's the reservoir and the pump in one. Which then means that it would feed from there straight to the radiator. They've got it going to graphics card back up to the pad. We put it onto the front of the case to mount it. Then I wouldn't be able to have the graphics. I actually think what I'm going to end up going for is that. Because then I can custom that logo to put it back as a Horde logo. Why is M20? 5 months. I think that the M22 place, because that's end of stock line there, I reckon it's been replaced by that one. The M5 support. Website. See what you've caused me to do? This is me going down an entire new rabbit hole. Components. They're all too big. They're all 240s. Different. The Z series are 3s and problem. Both in stock. Wonder if this is the fact that that pump doesn't allow it customer. It just solely has NZX. That would be a real shame. It only allows you to change the light in it rather than an LCD you've got. That might be what it is. It only allows for an RGB effect. Anyway. Way off in a totally different rabbit hole. Right, you want to know what my FPS was going to be in Voldraken. Let's have a look. So, FPS in Voldraken. Well, it doesn't help the speed of the load time, but I need to be able to move that. I need to see that screen at the back. Something's not loaded right. You know, I probably should have done a restart after updating the graphics. Oh, it's stabling. So when I first came in, it was at 10. Well, now 84. In terms of settings though, any options, this is actually right, so I really need to do a restart on this. Give me 1 minute. Start the full work. Out. Do. Down. Do a full shutdown and a full start up. Right, let's put it back up. Is that got past the first problem? That also picking up my audio now. That was. Why did that just suddenly stop detecting the audio? I seen that picking up my audio. Why did you change? What? That one. Let's put that on. Do one clean run on a key. See where we get. I want to try and upgrade my key. Yeah. It really makes a huge difference. We'll have a new shiny key tomorrow. Well, they... The one thing I do need to do is still get an OME license. There you go, Printer. We're getting about 80 FPS in Valdraken. That's just stock settings. I don't remember what I had these. Control panel. Launch, it's already bloody run. Optim. Option. Graphics. Does it have a recommend? $10. And we'll put that to 10. We'll see what rain's like at 10. Oh, we can turn ray trace on. I forgot this was even a thing. That's fair. Good. High. Wow. Trees actually look like trees. Oh. NPC. Graphics card. Max background FPS. That off. Target FPS. Turn that off. Yeah, we'll leave that. So we went from 80 FPS down to 47 in Valdraken just by pissing about with textures and stuff. And setting it to max. Have I managed to crash it? Your sound. Have we actually crashed the game by trying to turn all the settings? Oh man. Good old task, man. Not like Optim. Why is Alt-Z? Alt-Z. Alt-Z is the overlay for the game for something? really needs to get changed. Fact is, oh, sick. Doesn't appear to like me changing that. I wonder if there's an add-on conflicting. Right, I think I'm going to go off and update bits and pieces to it before going at it. There's a couple of little niggly bits with tuning that I need to do. Take them off my desktop. I hate icons on my desktop. And like somebody in the guild that I know who's got fucking loads of icons all over his desktop. Right, hopefully you've had a bit of fun watching me getting this built, getting it ready. It will be ready for tomorrow for raiding, and afternoon tomorrow we'll do some keys. Yeah, we'll do keys in the afternoon and raid in the evening. Thursday keys followed by more keys. Friday I probably be away looking for kayaking stuff. That'll do. Well, I'm sorry that it didn't quite measure up to your expectations. However, I think the fact that I had to strip out the entire PC and rebuild the PC was enough profanities for MD. Certainly enough for me. Can't believe I had to take out that cooler. That's just... oh man. Anyway. I'm going to tidy up. I'm going to get stuff organised. I might come on to Discord later on this evening. Hang out with you guys and girls. And about, I'll catch you on. If not, hopefully I will speak to everyone tomorrow. When we're doing... where'd that go? When we're doing raid. Hopefully we'll be able to get all the way up to Echo tomorrow. That'd be cool. Anyway, have fun, and hopefully you'll enjoy yourselves. You get up to. And I will catch you tomorrow. Just take this cable away first, before I hit the end scene. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Put down there, that gets pulled up there. And I can tie that on. Nice neat cables. Hate leaving my cables a mess. Okay. Come up inside the cupboard. That belongs in the car. Get that back down when I'm going out. The bin. And that. Boy, Mike, get out of there. Cable. Ah, there we go. I'll probably keep that plugged in up here. It can then act as a backup mic. Or anyway, have fun and enjoy the rest of your evening. And I will update the rest of the PC offline and let you know how it goes. So, see you later. and see you tomorrow, hopefully.